What is going on, Andy? Hope you're having a great night, man. Appreciate you reaching out to me on Facebook. I got this video here that's going to have 3 points for you, which is going to be content, backlinks, and citations. Then I'm going to show you the opportunity of taking these steps for your business and how that's going to be so lucrative. Towards the end, I'll give some specific suggestions in depth on what I suggest for the business to bring in the revenue and bring in those leads. So stay with me and let's get this show on the road. So first things first is content. And generally, Google likes to see 1,500 to 2,000 words on the home page. Now, that's depending on, competition and the number of keywords needed. So if you're asking what a keyword is, Andy, a keyword is anything someone might type into Google when they're looking for a particular service or product. So in your content, you can place these keywords throughout to tell Google exactly what terms you want your website found for. For an example, a keyword could be epoxy flooring, um, epoxy flooring, Richmondville. It could be, um, you know, flooring contractors, Richmondville. You get the idea, right? Service plus city equals keyword. And so let's put your website in a word counter and see just how you're stacking up on it. And it looks like you're at about 615 words. You want to get that up to 1,500 to 2,000 for two reasons. Reason number one being Google doesn't consider your website an authoritative figure until you hit that 1,500 mark. So this means they're not going to crawl your page as often, and they're not going to be able to direct you towards and put your website in front of the people who you're looking to get jobs from or do services for and things of that nature, which means less revenue. Second reason is you want as much content in there so that you can have those keywords, as many of those keywords in there as you need and can get. As one keyword could be the difference in 10 to 15, leads per month. So if we look at the top competition, and I'm using the top competition over there in Albany because that is the biggest city near you, and that should be what you're looking for to take over, as it'll bring in a lot more revenue than just over there in Richmondville. Let's put them in a word counter, and we see that they're at 449 words. So nonetheless, get it up to 1,500 for those reasons that I pointed out. And let's go ahead and take a look in Ahrefs. This is a tool that I use and pay for monthly. It gives me, insight, depth, and data on websites. Nonetheless, there's free tools out there to use, but this is just what I use right now, right? So go look at their keywords for performance industrial. Let's see, what would be a good keyword for you? Um, let's see. This would be a good keyword, right? Epoxy flooring, Albany, New York. 60 people are searching for that a month. And this number right here is keyword difficulty. So that's on a scale of 0 to 100. The lower it is, the easier it's going to be able to rank. And the higher it is, vice versa, the harder and longer it's going to take to rank organically. When I say rank organically, that's when someone puts in epoxy coating, Albany, New York. This would be the organic section. So I know you're actually a contracting company and you may do epoxy flooring as well, but you do a bunch of other things. Nonetheless, these points still apply to all of that. So we're going to continue with the video. This is the amount of traffic they're getting in per month just from that one word alone, and their ranking in Google. Let's go on to that second point, and that's going to be a backlink. Now, a backlink is anywhere you find one website linking to another, or in this case, it's going to be one website linking back to, Mark Dennison Contracting. And so these links, they act like an endorsement of your website from others, which Google uses to build trust in your business by seeing others vouching for you. The best example that I can give of this is it's literally like a popularity contest where, the person with the most websites pointing back to theirs is winning that, quote unquote popularity contest. So if we take a look, we got your website in my tool areas. We see you got one backlink and one website pointing back to your page. Could be because your website's either new or it just hasn't had any SEO work done, but nonetheless, that's where you're standing right now. If we look at Performance Industrial, we see that they have 635 backlinks and 153 referring domains. So they're doing a pretty bang up job on that end. But the idea is that if it works for them, it works for you. And that's most definitely true. And we can go in and see exactly what websites they have pointing back to their page. And so these are the websites. And I do want to point out that not all links are created equal, so it is worth noting to stay relevant to your industry, and local websites will work best. Excuse me. To further that point, let's take a look at this number, which is going to be domain rating. Now that's on a scale of 0 to 100, and the higher that this number is, the higher amount of power that Google is going to give these websites. And so you want high-powered websites linking back to your page because it gives your website power and it ranks you a lot faster in this area right here. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the last point that I'm going to have for you, which is going to be a citation. So take a look at the Google Map Pack section here. And the citation is anywhere your business name, address, and phone number is exactly as it's shown right here. So these citations, they help you rank in this map pack here, which is extremely important for local businesses since they generate huge amounts of revenue. For an example, if someone put in epoxy coating Albany, New York, or epoxy coating Richmondville, New York, you want to be in that top 3 area right here. Nobody's going to click more places or go to the second, third page to look at businesses from there, right? Just think of it as if you needed a roof repair, plumbing or fence repair. Someone types in plumbers near me. You want to be in that top 3 right there. So back to the citations. Citations are included in directories, like Yelp, Angie's, Expertise, BBB, and there's hundreds of others I'm sure you may have heard of. Social media accounts are great as well. And for an example, you have your Facebook business page. On that Facebook business page, you want to put your business name, address, and phone number exactly as it's shown right here on the Facebook business page. And so Google would see that and count that as one citation. And, then you got Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram. The list goes on and on and on, right? And the idea is that your brand begins to be found by Google all over the internet. And the larger your online presence is, the more Google trusts you and your business and your website. And once Google starts to see more often these cats right here, the more likely it is they're going to rank you above them. So let's do a quick recap, just real quick, and then I'm going to give you some suggestions in depth. So once you get that, first I advise that you would get off of this hosting and you would create a new website on something else, brother. But once you do get that done and you get that 1,500 to 2,000 words of content like we talked about, you're getting those keywords in there. And then second, you're getting those backlinks, right? You're getting those other websites pointing back to Mark Dennison Contracting. You're winning that quote unquote popularity contest with Google. And last but not least, get those citations and those reviews up for your Google business profile. Let's take a look at why that's so lucrative for you, right? So performance industrial, we see from those 3 points that they're doing a pretty good job at. They're getting about 200 people to their website a month. Now, let's say that this was your website, Mark Dennison Contracting, and you're getting about 200 people to your website a month from doing those 3 points well, right? And let's say of those 200 people, let's say, only 40 of them decide to call and say, hey, Andy, got a job. Can you come do it? And of those 40 people that you bid on, let's say you only close even half of those. So that's 20 new jobs per month on top of what you're already doing from those 3 points alone, right? And this number is always actually higher. This is just a tool I use in Aros, but Google's numbers are actually higher. So yeah, man, that's what I do for a living. I would advise that you get a new website built and up and running and start hitting those 3 points like I talked about, and then create some area pages as so that you can hit Albany and any other major areas around you that would yield a lot more, a lot higher population and get those 3 points going, right? Can be very lucrative for you from what I'm seeing from these keywords. They're not too difficult to rank for. Just get it going, right? But yeah, Andy, that's what I do for a living, man. And again, like I said, I have some time off. Me and my wife do. So giving back to the epoxy community since I've been with them for so long, hoping that this video helps you create more leads online. If you did have more questions and you want to start scaling the business, feel free to reach out. I can help some more information, or maybe we talk about the goals of the business, and I do a lot of in-depth research and find out what could be realistic for the business and what it might take to reach those goals. I do just ask that you leave one line of feedback. Maybe something was confusing, or heck, maybe it was all great. Let me know either way. And appreciate you. Feel free to reach out. My door is always open. Have a great night.